What's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Fanatec CSL Elite P1 steering wheel versus the Clubsport GT Alcantara wheel with the universal wheel hub. I've had the P1 steering wheel for a few weeks. It works fine, but I didn't quite like how it felt in my hands, particularly at where you grip the wheel. I think it's too slim. Maybe it's because I have bigger hands. Another problem I have with the wheel is when you look at the backside, the body of the steering wheel actually extends out pretty far. Where your fingers would naturally rest is actually occupied by the body of the wheel, so you have to rest your finger elsewhere. Which is another reason why I felt like I couldn't get a very good grip of the wheel. So that was my main problem with the P1 steering wheel. Now, if we look at the Clubsport GT wheel, the rim is a little bit thicker, which allows me to have a better grip. The rim also has more contours to it, which also helps in providing a better grip. Another thing I noticed with the Clubsport GT wheel is that the paddles were actually lighter, so it's a little bit easier to shift. The location of the paddles are also adjustable, so you can place them wherever you want. And if you look at the backside of the steering wheel, it's clear of any obstacles, so no matter how you grip the wheel, you're guaranteed to have a firm grip. Now, if we compare the two wheels side by side, the Clubsport GT wheel actually has a slightly larger diameter. The P1 wheel has a diameter of 30 centimeters, whereas the Clubsport GT wheel measures 33 centimeters. I didn't find the diameter to make much difference, but it's something that's worth noting. Another major difference between the two wheels is the customization. If you look at the P1 wheel, all the buttons are fixed, so customization wouldn't be possible. If you look at the Clubsport GT wheel with the universal hub, it gives you a lot more options in terms of customization. First of all, you can swap out the rim if you don't like it. The universal hub would accept any wheel that has a standard 6-bolt pattern. The buttons can also be moved around to some extent. On the back side of the steering wheel, there are 4 bolts that hold the front plate where the buttons and the steering wheel is attached to. Once you remove the front plate from the body, you would be able to adjust the location of the buttons without removing the steering wheel from the front plate. Another thing I noticed after driving with the Clubsport GT wheel is that the buttons are farther away from the rim, and they also have a higher activation force, which means it's very unlikely for you to accidentally press any of the buttons. Whereas on the P1 wheel, the buttons are much lighter and also closer to the rim. I've actually moved the D-pad a few times during gameplay, and it's pretty annoying. The attachment method is also different between the two wheels. For the P1 wheel, the sleeve on the wheel is held to the shaft from the wheelbase by a metal clamp and an Allen bolt. The Clubsport GT wheel with the universal wheel hub actually supports quick release. The mechanism looks a lot more beefier, and the wheel also feels a lot more solid when attached to the wheelbase. When it comes to compatibility, the P1 steering wheel supports Xbox One, and when paired with the right wheelbase, it could also support PS4. The Clubsport GT wheel with the wheel hub basically shares the same story. It supports Xbox One, and when paired with the right wheelbase, it could also support PS4. The manual seems to suggest that the wheel hub also supports PS3, but when I attach it to my wheelbase, which is a CSL Elite for PS4, it actually does not work. So I assume you would need a compatible wheelbase for it to support PS3. When it comes to the price, the P1 wheel retails for about $170, whereas the Clubsport GT wheel with the wheel hub retails for close to $400. So that's over $200 of price difference. So for the price difference, you're getting a wheel that grips better, overall has better user experience, and also has more customization. To me, the Clubsport GT wheel with the universal wheel hub is well worth the extra money, and after getting this wheel, I have not looked back. Alright, that's my review for the two wheels. I hope it's helpful. Feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.